Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. This is taken at the 3. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And with the way this offense has played thus far, to be frank, they got to feel pretty grateful to be in the ball game.
I would agree with you totally, because they've done all of nothing offensively in this game, yet they still find themselves in a position on this drive where a touchdown can give them the lead. They need to take advantage of it.
Yeah, they're still looking for that first touchdown here in the third quarter. All they have so far, the field goal. After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11.
I got him.
Out of the gun, it's Roethlisberger. On the left side, it's McDonald. The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down.
When you execute a drag or a crossing route really well and give them a chance to let it develop a little bit, you can gain some significant yardage hitting your tight end on that one.
Foxtrot. Watch twins. 50.
Here's Roethlisberger. But it's brought in by Washington. 12 yards there as they keep this drive rolling. It's another first down.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
Black 20. Easy. Hey, alert. Hey, Team 6. Focus. Hey. What's up? 59, what's up? He's coming. Black.
On 1st and 10, it's Roethlisberger. Trying to lay one up deep. And that is incomplete. Showed off the arm strength there, but to no avail. 2nd down.
Even without a ton of pressure in his face, it just shows how difficult it is to pick apart his own defense. Those guys are sitting back, and they're not playing receivers as much as they're playing the eyes of the quarterback and when he delivers the ball.
Here now is 2nd and 10, again from the 41.
Mike 5. Hey, let's get him. 5. 52. Slam.
Again, it's Roethlisberger. Flushed out right. Leaping, and he makes the grab. A gain of 13. It's a first down.
Sometimes it's designed, and sometimes you just have to know when to leave the pocket and move and make something happen. And on that play, he was able to get on the run and was still accurate throwing the football.
Now Roethlisberger to throw. Moncrief brings it in. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. 12 more yards there and another first down. Now Roethlisberger on 1st down. I don't know what they talked about at halftime. Whatever it was, it worked. They look like a different team here in the third quarter.
Yeah, I doubt that there were very many trash cans that got kicked over that type of a speech. I think what they did was they analyzed what worked in the first half, what didn't, and figured out a better game plan.
Jack 15.
1st and goal at the 5-yard line.
Mike 5. It's been a long day for you. Hey, alert, Monday.
That is caught at the 7-yard line. And he goes backwards on this one, losing yardage to the 7. A pass for negative yardage, obviously no good. Maybe he shouldn't have thrown it, or maybe he shouldn't have caught it.
And I think we were seeing it at the same time, weren't we? Maybe you let that one go, right? Because you can see the lost yardage about to develop. But that goes against every instinct of a receiver. They're taught to catch everything. So it's really hard to be mad at him and yell at him for trying to make that play.
Call it no gain that time, and now it's 3rd and goal. Rolls. And he's in. Touchdown, Steelers. Thomas Rawls, his first touchdown on the year. And the Steelers are going to take the lead. Santos with the extra point, and the lead is now 10-7. Now after the touchdown, here's Santos to kick this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And here we are almost through 3 quarters of play, and this passing game still has not really found any kind of rhythm.
Put it mildly, because they're not even over 100 yards yet. And in today's NFL, where it's a pass-first league, that is quite surprising. Not many teams patient enough to stick with the run. Everybody wants to advance the ball through the air. They've got to get their timing back.
Second and 3 at the 32-yard line.
A good run got 7 on first. Here's 2nd and 3. Now Brissett. That one into the hands of Kane. And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. 7 yards there and a first down.
First down, Indianapolis.
Under a minute to go in this third quarter as they come up 1st and 10.
Mike 55, Mike 55.
On play action, Brissett. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Mark Barron picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon. After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here. Officially, it will go as a 1-yard loss, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down.
I think it's pretty evident. We can say what a difference a week makes. Last week, he ran pretty much wild, didn't he? Did pretty much what he wanted to do. But this one, they've stopped him cold. That, to me, that's good scouting and even better execution.
Yeah, and they stopped him behind the line right there. They obviously watched the tape a few times and made some adjustments. We have played 3 quarters. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. Back now in Pittsburgh. It's been a very hotly contested game to this point. Just a field goal separating these two teams as we get set for the 4th quarter. A real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a first down in the red zone. Now Rashad Penny. And the big boys up front. They're going to stop him right at the line. Javon Hargrave there on the stop.
Doubling this guy has to be a priority before moving up to the next level, because the big fella, he just ate that one alive, just stuffed it. In fact, before the game, he was talking to us, and he's like, hey, these pants make me look fat? And we said, nah, man, you're just a whole lot of guy.
He is at well over 300 pounds. He's a big man. On 2nd down now. Ware. And a pickup of about 4 down inside the 10 to the 8-yard line.
On any running play that's called, they're always hoping that it's going to break big and go the distance. But when you get a nice game like that, you're able to do so many things anyway. You can come back and run essentially the same play again, continue to move the ball on the ground, or you can decide to throw the ball now, because usually you have the defense back on its heels.
Here's play number 7 on the drive. This is 3rd and 7.
Don't say nothing. Watch out, watch out, watch out, watch out. Go, go. Mike 55, Mike 55, Mike 55. Let's go, D.
On 3rd down, a run by Mack. And they'll go backwards here, losing yardage to the 14. He'll give up 6 yards there on the loss, and it'll bring up 4th down. He already has 2 sacks to his credit, now another tackle for a loss.
And you know how you can always identify who was supposed to block him? They're the ones helping up the person who just got knocked to the ground with the ball, right? Whether it's a running play or a pass play, they've got to figure out a way to slow him down. Maybe you chip him with a second guy. Maybe you just out-and-out double him. Maybe you make sure you take the ball and throw it as far away from him as possible, because right now he is wrecking things for them.
All level now at 10 apiece as the kick's away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. Their defense has done the job. Now it's the offense's turn as they've got it 1st and 10.
Check 31. Check.
Take 2 of them.
Switch gears. Switch gears.
They start on the ground with Rawls. He'll have a 1st down past the 40 and brought down across the 50 to the 49-yard line. A big hitter there, a 1st down gain of 26 yards. They went with the nickel look defensively, so they had 5 defensive backs in there. Didn't help them stop the run.
Yeah, I love that, the nickel look. 5 cents, 5 DBs. But what also happens then? You take a big body off the field in order to insert that guy. So you're taking a big off for a little. And oftentimes you can run the football effectively against that defense.
And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. This game not quite as good as the last, but still over 40 yards between the two.
Steelers, 1st down. 1st and 10 at the 34-yard line.
Some good games going on in the early window. This might be the best of the bunch.
Check 4. Check 4.
1st down, this is Rawls. And he'll get a little over 2, maybe a full 3 down to the 32-yard line.
Well, he was looking for some running room, and there wasn't a whole lot of it there on that play. I think he was lucky to get a couple of yards out of it because those defenders, they were rallying to the football pretty quickly.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Now a give. Right side, it's Rawls. And they'll get this one down to about the 20-yard line. 12 yards there and a 1st down.
Another carry for their leader and a good one. It's crunch time. They'll need him to continue to be productive in both the run and passing game in order for them to try and snatch a victory.
Watch the screen. Watch the screen.
Middle. Easy, easy. Take both of them. Blue, 3 side.
On 1st and 10 is Conner. And he'll wind up losing yardage here back at the 21-yard line. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
The short field shrinks even more with the type of bodies they brought in on that play. Those extra tight ends, they weren't able to secure their blocks, and that one ended up going backwards.
Maybe just a slight detour on what's been a strong drive. Here's 2nd and 11. Now they'll throw it with Roethlisberger. He finds his running back, Rawls. And they'll bring him down at the 18-yard line. All tied up, less than 2 minutes to go. So the Steelers with the football as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over.
Switch. Switch.
Take both of them. These 2.
Roethlisberger to throw. And he can't quite pick it. No interception so far. That probably should have been their first, but at least it's 4th down. So a big one coming now for Cairo Santos. This for the lead in the final stages. And Santos able to put this one up and through. It's good. And they have taken the lead here in the final 2 minutes. Big kick right there to give them the lead in the 4th, but there is still time left for a final drive.
Did they score too soon? Post-game will tell us, right? Depending on what happens on this drive, that's how we'll analyze it. If the other team scores, they scored too soon. If they somehow hold on, they managed the clock exactly right.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And they had 3 points last time, but they didn't want 3 points because they were well within range. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. Javon Hargrave in there to drop him as that clock continues to run. So after the sack, they'll come up on a still manageable 2nd and 13. Brissett. Over the middle, hauled in by Campbell. And he'll be corralled well upfield right around the 40-yard line. The Colts going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll get a chance to talk it over after picking up the first down.
Let's go. 49, check 49, check 49, check 37, check.
They'll run with Penny. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down. Didn't get a whole lot there, but at least he got out of bounds, stopped the clock.
True on every count there, because I know for a fact that when that call came in, it was tagged with these words. Make sure to tell him, if he doesn't have anything, get out of bounds. Save the time on the clock. Now they've got to start considering what their play calling is because they've got to push it downfield.
He's back to throw. And that'll be incomplete. We do have a penalty flag down, however. Let's see what that's about. So now it's 3rd and long, because remember, they also lose a down on the grounding call.
Check 99. Big ass. Do. Say. Hey. Echo.
Back to throw. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. Now the Colts going to burn the 2nd of their timeouts as they get it with under a minute to go now in the football game. One score down. Here we go. They're going to go for it here on 4th down. Brissett to throw for it on 4th. And no, it's incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And boy, possession here turns over with the football already being in the red zone.
No spacing.
The 10th carry for Thomas Rawls. And he'll get this one down to about the 17. Tackle made there by Jordan Hicks.
Not a big run on the first play of the drive, but that doesn't necessarily mean it was a bad play. Sometimes you're just trying to settle in, get your guys a little bit of contact, and get things moving.
Have to imagine this will be on the ground as well as they come up 2nd and 7.
36. Check it back. Check.
Keep these 2.
Watch the twins. Check 26.
Hey.
They stay on the ground. Rawls again. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. Call that a loss of 5 yards on the play. And they'll be facing a 3rd and 12. So this one in the win column for the Pittsburgh Steelers. And you look back over the score sheet, interesting. A very clean game, no turnovers by either side.
An absolute rarity when we watch games now because defenses have put such an emphasis on taking the ball away. Well, what we saw here was offenses spending their time saying, look, you know they're coming for it. Ball security is paramount. So they worked on that, not just a week of practice, but I'm sure all during training camp. Make sure when you have it, tuck it away because danger lurks everywhere you turn.
So for the Steelers, a loss would have really hurt. As it stands, they finished the first half at 3-5. And they'll get to stay home again next week. Meanwhile, for Indianapolis, they'll fall to 5-3 with a loss. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. And for Charles Crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports.